Welcome to Notes from the Not There Yet, a podcast for those navigating life's messy middle. Not lost, not arrived, just not there yet. It's the real stories, real life, and relevant journeys that you can actually relate to. It's for the creatives, the seekers, the doers, and the dreamers. If you've ever asked yourself, is this it or what's next? Then this is the podcast for you. We don't have it all figured out yet, and that's the point. All right, let's dig in. Hello. Welcome back to Notes from the Not There Yet, the podcast where we celebrate the messy and meaningful middle, the moments of becoming and the real stories behind those who are still figuring it out, just like the rest of us. Today, for our Christmas special, hence the little bit of sparkle here, we're joined by someone who really embodies the spirit of the Not There Yet project and has done in every chapter of her life. Jamie Anne Bradbury is a woman with many titles, UK worldwide DJ of 14 years with residency at Manchester City and Manchester City Women, founder of Fit Food Media, personal trainer of 8 years, and mum of a new beautiful baby girl, Hallie, who's just 4 months old. On paper, it sounds impossible, but in reality, it's a life that's built on graft, instinct, and creativity. And one rule that she's lived by since day number one: say yes, show up, and figure it out along the way. In this episode, Jamie takes us through the unexpected journey that's led her from a sports psychology degree to earning £30 in her first month as a PT, to writing recipes long before food content was a thing, to DJing for some of the biggest moments in British sport, including at Wembley and at the Champions League final. Jamie talks openly about the fear, the grit, the self-employment wobble, and the pressures to keep up in an ever-changing content world. And then Hallie, this new chapter that has slowed everything down and changed everything for the better. This isn't a story about having it all. It's a story about holding it lightly. It's about evolving when life forces you to, and about rewriting success on your own terms. So if you're in a season of transition, if you're saying yes before you feel ready, and if you're standing in your own not there yet, this is the episode for you. To find out more or to reach out to Jamie Anne, please head to DJ Jamie at DJ Jamie Anne, to at Fit Food Media, or to fitmedia.com. And if you enjoy this episode, it resonates you, or you think it'd resonate with a friend or family member, please, please, please do give it a like, give it a follow, give it a share. It really does mean the world. All right, let's dig in. Hi.
Hello.
Welcome.
I'm excited.
Right, Jamie, welcome to the Not There Yet podcast.
Hello.
Thank you for coming on today. I really appreciate it. So, for anyone that doesn't know much about you, who is Jamie Anne?
Who am I? Well, I am a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
I am a business owner. And I used to be a personal trainer, so I'm a bit of an all-rounder. Very much family girl. Living in Manchester from the northeast, but yeah, that is me.
That is you. And you just touched on it there. You are kind of covering lots of different worlds in what you do. So you DJ, so music, food, fitness, gym, PT, mum now as well, which is very exciting. Do you feel like having that like view of all these different worlds, or like being able to touch so many different things has always been a part of what you wanted to build, or how you imagined life for yourself?
No, I don't think I ever imagined that I would be doing so many different things. But I've always very much followed what I enjoy, being very passionate about what I enjoy, and just I think that's kind of what led us to where I am today. Because I need to be fulfilled. Like, and I think studying, I did great. Because I just focused, and that was like kind of my thing at the time. But when I came out of there, I thought, I can't just sit at a desk all day. Like, this just isn't for me. So I think being in the creative world and being able to release some of me in that is definitely
And
how I ended up here.
Yeah, and with all the kind of different things that you do, like, how do you like manage like your headspace with it? Because it's like so choppy changing.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, real answer, I have not got a clue how I manage that. And a lot of people do ask me that question, but I think it's just who I am. I've always kind of been able to spin a lot of plates and juggle a lot of things. I think to my detriment sometimes, because I end up being on the back burner.
Yeah.
And not looking after myself as much. But I think I just enjoy the buzz off the craziness.
Yeah.
Or have done for a very long time.
Yeah, nice. So take us back then. Let's rewind a bit. Let's start at the beginning. Also, I just want to shout out for anyone that is actually watching this on video. You'll see our incredible set behind us today. It's not even a set. We're in your studio today, which is very cool. So I just wanted to give a shout out. Thank you for letting us.
No, it's fine. Today. Well, thank you to my husband Mark, because it's definitely his studio and his man cave. But I've managed to wangle my way in today. But
we're very thankful for the wangling.
So shout out to me DJ.
Shout out to Mark. So let's rewind. Let's take you back. So your childhood.
Yeah.
How do you feel like that's impacted who you are and probably your passions as well?
Yeah. I think so. If start from the food side of things and fitness side of things, so I'm very much into sport from being young. My dad was always very encouraging with like playing football, swimming, everything. Both my parents were, and they really channeled me into that because I was good at it. That was kind of where I was excelling, really.
Did you feel like you had a natural like just ability in sport?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I was like the best at any of them really, but I just felt at home there. So I think it was kind of like I was good enough to do well with them, and I felt really at home. And then the food side of things, like my grandma, my auntie, my mum, everyone in the family is like an incredible cook. Like my mum's on her way down to see me today and she's bringing sausage rolls, cakes, like all homemade.
Love that.
So I think the food side of things got into there, and then the fitness and food thing came later when I was at uni. So I think that from a childhood perspective was always going to happen.
Yeah.
But then musically, there's always music on in the house. I played the piano, played the violin. I was kind of like did a bit of music in that sense, and then went to Ibiza with my mum and dad when I was younger. Obviously, very much on a chill holiday, but always kind of seeing like everyone going to the nightclubs and So I think my experience with my parents, I'm very, very lucky. They've kind of like probably shaped me into to who I am today, and they're always so encouraging and not in a pushy way, just wanted me to have all the opportunities, and I think that's given me a really good platform to work from.
Nice. It's quite interesting, isn't it, that almost like that narrative, if you will, of your childhood and all these like experiences that you, when you were a kid, you wouldn't have even realised how much they were going to shape your life, which is quite incredible, really. Because and we'll go into this in obviously more detail throughout this conversation, but it's like you've almost like picked parts out of your childhood and like those passions that were surrounding you to like carve your own life, which I bet it's really lovely for your parents.
It's lovely, and I think now I'm a parent myself, I'm very conscious of that. I think, oh my God, what can I do for my daughter? And how and we'll definitely go on to this soon, but the busyness that I've had for my life, being self-employed and now having a daughter, it definitely feels like there's a shift happening, because there's that priority for me to give her that as well. So you're really like conscious of that life that you want to give that was similar to yours, which is lovely. So you did sports psychology at university. I did.
Did you enjoy that?
I loved it. Yeah. I mean, I loved uni life in general. Uni was class, had such a good time. Sports psychology was so interesting. Loved doing that. But got slightly bored during my dissertation and then ended up learning to DJ.
So did that as well. But with your sports psychology and kind of coming, I guess, out of it, you had a really clear mentality of like, I want to be self-employed, didn't you? Where did that come from?
So I think when I was younger, my parents, like what you said, were always kind of there for me for everything that we did. Like if I was playing a netball match, my dad would be able to make it and all the rest of it. And that was down to him being self-employed, really. He was a joiner, had his own business, and he could always be there. He was very, very on it. And my mum then obviously got a job in a school so she could be available on school holidays and different things. So we always had such a close relationship. And I think when I met Mark, he was self-employed. And I kind of would always wanted to be my own boss in a way, just for the flexibility. And I think especially we'll look at things now, you can work from home.
Yeah.
There's a lot more opportunity to be flexible. Whereas when I left university, it was kind of, it just wasn't that option, was it? So when I met Mark, I thought, do you know what? He's doing it. I think I can do it. And we'd be able to manage our time together. So
nice.
Yeah.
So you went into you kind of started really in the sports space from that kind of full-time work perspective. So you started as a PT.
Yeah.
Did you do a separate training for that?
I did, yeah. So when I left university doing sports psychology, I would have had to go back and do a master's to basically work within that area. And when I left, I just was kind of exhausted with education. I thought, need a little bit of a break from it. So if I go into the fitness side of it, which I also love, do my qualification in that, then I can see if I do want to go and do that afterwards, and they can both work together.
Yeah.
But no, I did that separately, and then just threw myself into being a personal trainer.
Nice. And you said that in your first month you only earned £30.
Yeah.
In the first month.
Yeah. So
how did that feel?
I'm a bit of a stickler for competition of like inside myself. So I was like, shit. Also, I remember ringing my dad and he was like, you need to get a proper job. Like, you're going to have to get employed. This is, you're living away from home. You're really going to have to figure this out. And that just set a fire inside me because I was like, I've got to do this now.
Yeah.
I've got to make this work. And don't get me wrong, I didn't really earn that much money for the first 6 months, but kept on grafting, kept asking questions, kept sitting in with my manager saying, and he was amazing. He wasn't a business mentor at the time, and now he's a business mentor, but he was, he's called Jake. He was a massive helping hand within that industry because he was like, right, I think if you do this. And yeah, he runs his own business now. He's amazing. So I've got a lot to thank Jake for as well.
I love that. So was that at the gym? That was at Pure Gym, wasn't it?
Pure Gym, yeah.
So you were able to kind of work with him within Pure Gym to kind of build that client base and kind of keep pushing.
Yeah, and it could be like making my own flyers, for example, and dropping them in Cafe Nero and things that probably never worked, but it was that actual momentum inside of me of going, do you know what it is? You're going to have to go and knock on a few doors to get work. You're going to have to hustle. This is not, people are not just going to walk in the door and give you money.
Yeah.
No matter how much you know or how, good the results you can give anyone. You're going to have to really build up a client base here. And I think that struggle of the first year really set me up to understand everything that I know now.
Yeah, because I guess as well as you was doing that, you were like learning like not just obviously the PT side of it, but like marketing skills and sales skills, because you're selling yourself constantly, aren't you?
And social media wasn't really a thing.
No,
then.
Exactly. I was just thinking when you said flyers, I was like, well, yeah, of course. Like you've got to almost do like those, not guerrilla. Well, maybe guerrilla marketing tactics you might, but like the more traditional marketing.
Exactly, yeah. Going and talking in businesses or like asking businesses in the local area of Spinningfields, like, can I come in and have a chat with some people or come in over lunch? Really pushing myself out of my comfort zone. Didn't feel comfortable doing that at all, but also didn't want to go into a job. So I was like, this is what I want to do. So I just had to do what I had to do. So
nice.
Yeah.
So then when was the point where you were like, right, I've got this? Like, do you remember that? Was there a kind of like,
I think kind of within probably 2 or 3 years, I thought, I kind of know my trade now. I understand how the gym works. I kind of know, and also then you keep clients for longer. So I sometimes had clients for like 4 or 5 years, and they would just stay with me throughout the time. So then you've got your regular money coming in. You know how things work, and you learn your skills in the job as you go on through them years. So it definitely got easier over time, but I think the flow of like PTs who would come in and out, and because it's hard, it's a business.
Yeah, I imagine it's a very competitive industry, especially nowadays as well. Did you see that as you was doing, because you were doing PT for like 8 years? I know you still do a bit as well now, don't you, for like core clients?
Yeah, a couple that I absolutely adore that I still go to the house and see. So I've still got them, but
Did you see the shift?
Yeah, definitely. And I think as well, like a lot of the online stuff was incredible for the industry, and actually you could take a lot online. But also then it kind of saturated the market in terms of like quality. Whereas the on-floor PT, and you couldn't really get away with necessarily being a bad personal trainer because you were there. Whereas like a lot of the online stuff, it just kind of, the industry just took a bit of a turn, and that's kind of when I thought, this is my time to really focus on the DJing, which I'd always wanted to do anyway.
Yeah. I am going to come on to the
Yeah.
I promise.
No, it's fine.
So you'd obviously built your client base at this point, and then you started doing another aspect of the job. So your clients were kind of actively asking you for food recommendations, weren't they? What food do you eat?
Yes.
What are your meals looking like? So what did that start?
So I feel like I've got an issue with like wanting to solve problems. Like I just am like, right, okay.
This
like,
is why you're where you are.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, right, okay, people need this. I'm gonna create something. But everyone was asking for recipes. So a lot of PTs were saying, like, you know, like kind of the bodybuilder diet, like chicken rice and broccoli and stuff like that. And I'm just from a background of like, I absolutely love food. Like the family loves food and everything. I was like, there's got to be a way that we can make this more interesting for people. TikTok wasn't a thing. Joe Wicks wasn't around. Like this was very much a new kind of conversation that was happening.
And I think as well, like, because you build such strong relationships with your clients, they were looking you for that advice as well.
And I couldn't say to them, oh, I'm eating chicken, broccoli and rice, because I wasn't.
Yeah.
Do you know,
It
just wasn't my thing, and I wasn't going to do it. So I was like, right, I'm going to write recipe books. And then literally on Word, I would just like make a little recipe book up and say, you know, you could try this, you could try this. And that went down really well. And then I don't think I even mentioned this to you, but then I built a website called Eat Clean Cuisine, which was basically a subscription website where you'd pay like £5 a month. Right. All the recipes were on there. I spent months like taking photos of all the the pictures of the finished dishes, writing all the recipes up, making like MyFitnessPal barcodes and everything. And yeah, that went well, but it didn't really take off how I wanted it to. Whereas I think like the scene now, it would have done a lot better. You know, if I could have been a little bit more present on social media. So clients were on there. But then I started asking the likes of Pure Gym and Muscle Food and places that I was using like products for, or like I was based in, if I could write for them. And that's kind of where it really took off, because it became a big thing in social media. It really started flying. So
nice. So with that then, what was that? Because now you've got Fit Food Media, which is a kind of food content company. You've got a studio as well, which we'll talk about in a second. So how was that? How did that kind of journey look from that point where you was did you like sell the recipes like individually as well, like, or like as a book?
So it's like a block. So basically a client would come to me and say, we need 8 recipes this month, and they have, so for Muscle Food, for example, and they use the chicken breast, the diced beef, certain products on their website, and they would say, right, we need recipes for these, and it needs to suit a certain client or whatever. So then I'd write the recipes up, they would get signed off. Then we'd film it all in my house, apartment, which was complete carnage because we have different backdrops, different props. It was crazy. My mum used to only work 3 days a week at that point, so she'd get the train down from Newcastle. She'd come and sous chef with me. She was amazing.
I bet she loved that.
Oh, she loved it. We still do. Like she's incredible. Like we still have so much fun doing it together. At Fit Food. So yeah, that's just how that rolled, and it just went a bit crazy.
Do you still do that aspect then?
So I still do a bit of food styling if the food stylings I used aren't available. But I try my hardest to take a step back from it. I still love it. So when me and my mum can do it together for clients that I've worked with for 4 years, we will. But it's just time now more than anything. Like I really need to, draft in some other people sometimes.
Of course. But you have been able to take it to the point where you've got your own studio now. So where was that decision? Like, how did you kind of go from, all right, we're doing this in terms of the blocks and like creating that content for your partners and the suppliers? Like, what was that transition?
It was just kind of a lucky transition, I would say. And I think most good things that have happened in my life have been from the encouragement of others. It's not necessarily been from me going, right, this is the next step we need to take, because I'm actually quite a nervous person, really. Like, I'm a bit more reserved, but my dad and Mark are like, if they say something, they're like, right. And then if someone tells me I can do something, then I'm off. Like, that's it, I'm going. So,
and I think you're competitive, so you've got that fire in you
I've got that edge.
Like, you can't do that. I bloody can.
Yeah. I know, it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing and a curse. We're filming from the apartment, and then we moved into a house in lockdown. Started filming in the garage. Was going really well. And then the gym at the top of my street where I lived became empty. And my dad was like, come on, let's just go and have a look. Like, it could be a great studio. I'll buy you a kitchen. Like, joiner by trade. So he's like, we'll go and find a extra-display kitchen. I'll build it for you. We'll do this, we'll do that. And we went and had a look, and the rent was really good price on it. And we said, sorry, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I think lockdown as well had that, you had the time and the space and the excitement to do something, and it gave everyone a project. And then we built a kitchen, and then it was never meant to be hired out as a studio. It was always just because we struggled to find studio space, which is why it was always getting done at home, which is great because you're working from home. But actually, when you've got a light set
that
up,
much going on,
props, everything, it just takes over.
Yeah, because your home becomes your workspace. Yeah, especially in your kitchen, that's quite different.
In shoots can take 3 days. So everything's been left there for 3 days, and it kind of writes off the whole house. And Mark's very patient, but I mean, it was getting to a point where it was like, this isn't, sustainable. And then as soon as we got the studio, it just took off, and then
game change.
Yeah.
What I find fascinating about this though as well is almost like you say, like this was before social media was a big thing. Yeah. This was before Foodgram and Food Talk and whatever they're called. But you kind of have created that space before it was a trend. Like, were you aware of that? Like, was it?
I felt I did feel like there was a need for it, in terms of like letting more people know this information. And don't get me wrong, Instagram and stuff was a thing. I was still posting pictures on Instagram and stuff, but it wasn't what it is now.
Yeah.
And I was trying to do that in terms of like recording little snippets of food and putting them on, but there wasn't the platforms there to make it what it is now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did feel like there was a need for it.
Yeah, definitely. And then you've kind of seen that gap in the market and you've been able to play into that.
Yeah.
So kind of going back then, so you just mentioned about lockdown. So you're still doing your PT.
Yeah.
You got up to what, like 30 clients?
Yeah, I was probably doing about 30 hours a week, and everything had moved on to Zoom then. So it was like I was doing everything from home, and I think that kind of opened my eyes to like, oh my God, I'm in the gym from 6 a.m. till 6 p.m. Sometimes even later. I'd sometimes be there till 9 p.m. with like huge gaps, paying a lot of money rent each month, and thought.
Do you pay the money, sorry, just to confirm, pay the money to Pure Gym?
Yeah.
Right, so you pay a certain amount per month, and then obviously you have your clients work. Right, got it.
Yeah, so then your client money is yours, but then you have to pay that money each month, no matter if you have a £30 month or you have a really good month. That money still has to go out. Yeah. So I mean, that's like any business, isn't it? You've got your overheads.
Yeah.
But I think like it probably reevaluated a lot of people in lockdown was, do I need to be paying that money out?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, is there other ways that I could work this? So,
yeah. And from that point then, because you've said like, you've got so many clients working, then you've got Fit Food Media as well developing. That must have been a lot at that time.
Yeah.
When you look back, were you struggling? I think you mentioned when we had an initial conversation, like hitting burnout. Like what was it feeling like at that time?
Before lockdown, when I was actually so I would work my 30 hours, maybe sometimes more clients in the week. Then you've got all your admin on top of that. Then I was DJing Friday and Saturday on the weekend. Then I was trying to run Fit Food and do a shoot in between that. And then I mean,
when you look back, you're like, how the hell did I do that?
Yeah. Even like a year ago, I sometimes look back and think how so I think burnout was definitely happening, and I think me and Mark are really good together in terms of like we'll egg each other on and work hard together. But actually I think sometimes it's also a hard thing, because if he's at work 12 hours a day, I'll make sure I work 12 hours a day. So I think I was definitely hitting a bit of a burnout, and I was thinking it wasn't sustainable, but there wasn't really another option before lockdown. I think that was the thing. You didn't have any time to slow down and reevaluate. It was just kind of like, I might, if lockdown didn't happen, I might still be in there now.
How mad is that?
Yeah.
So you kind of like almost grateful for that? It was like a forced shift in your business, really, wasn't
100%, it? Yeah. It was like a complete reset. It was a stop, think about this, what's important. And
and how did you make that decision? Because it's a big decision, like walking away from Pure Gym. Because like you say, you built that client base. You had people around you that supported you as well in that gym. How did you kind of make that final decision?
I remember thinking about it for a very long time. I remember thinking about it for ages. And I went out on a dog walk with my dog at the time, Ernie, and we did this loop every day during lockdown. And I was just stood there and I thought, you just got to do it. This is the time to do it. And I can picture exactly where I was, how the weather was, everything, and just think, no, this is the time. And it was just a moment really where I thought, obviously I'd had the conversations over and over again.
Yeah, of course.
I think I get very nervous about letting people down. And I remember thinking, if I ring my manager now, he's got a lot of trainers who left the gym during lockdown. A lot of people had left. And the pressure's then going to be on him in terms of, because he's got to, keep a certain amount of PTs in the gym. So I remember thinking about that a lot and feeling quite bad. But I just thought, I've got to do it.
Yeah.
Like, this is the time.
Yourself as well, didn't you? Like you say, you get into that point so frequently in terms of burnout. And the opportunity was there. You got your studio as well. Because it was about 4 years, weren't it, that you had the studio going as well as PT, which is quite a long time as well, that you were kind of sustaining that level of busyness.
Yeah.
As well as your DJing, which obviously we'll come on to. So you just saw many things going on at the same time. So you did it.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Did it.
And that was in 2021, 2020?
Good question. I'm so rubbish with dates, but
Lockdown,
around that time.
I get so confused about
I feel we lost. We just lost.
Yeah. It was the last
around
years.
2020. Yeah. Yeah.
You found it, but it was like
around there. Yeah.
So since then, for Fit Food Media, how has that as a business like evolved?
Yeah. So I think the first couple of years that we did it, especially lockdown, like just our lockdown and going forward, it just flew.
Yeah.
So that got really busy. Clients were wanting more content because everything online was doing so well.
Yeah, of course,
because people weren't leaving the house as much and people were cooking more from home and businesses had done well over lockdown. So I think it just boomed and we did really well. However, when the more organic influencing came in, that has definitely took a shift in terms of how busy we are, because a lot of people do for a lot cheaper in their own home, haven't got any overheads. So there was a bit of a transition period for us there to then push the studio as a higher space, because people wanted to hire the space to do content like we were doing, which was, it wasn't really stepping on our toes. I wasn't ever worried about that. So as businesses, it's ever evolving. Yeah. And you've just got to kind of, learn that that's how it is. And this world now is just ever evolving, isn't it? You don't know what's around the corner in terms of like content and different things. So
how do you kind of keep evolving the business then? Because like you just said, like, especially nowadays and especially probably over the last 2 years, as a result of like AI and like content shifts, etc. How are you kind of, I guess, keeping your finger on the pulse and making sure that you're evolving in this industry? Because like food industry, it's probably one of the most like transformative all the time as well.
I think it's really difficult, especially because I've got other things going on. I think if my head was just in that space, it would be a lot easier to keep your finger on the pulse. But it's actually really difficult because 1 week, sounds and ASMR and videos and stuff like that is like really on trend, and then the trend the next week is to have you talking in a video, and then the trend the next week is to do something else, and recipes change, and it is quite I'm not old, but like a young person's game in terms of like keeping on top of all that sort of stuff. However, the people that I employ to do the jobs now are incredible at that, and they keep on top of all that sort of stuff. They storyboard with clients, and I've got a really good team that I can trust now to keep a hand on that, so I can stop thinking about it as much.
Good. How many people are in your team?
So they're all freelancers, but I would say I've probably got a core of like 6 that I love to work with, and I trust, and I like that the freelancers as well, because they've got their own stuff going on, which means that when they come back to us, they're still,
engaged as well in that. And I guess it's nice to have built, like you say, those trusted relationships. And I guess that brings more skills and expertise into your business, and you've got variety to work with.
Yeah, and less pressure for us to not have employed individuals as well, because financially that's it's a big ask. So I love that they've got their own thing going on, and we all understand the mentalness of being freelancers, and really cool group.
What do you see in front of you for
food?
Yeah,
I don't know. We have some really good days, we have some really good bad days where it's like harder and it is really difficult, and sometimes you think, oh, is it worth it? Everything else is flying, do I need to keep this open and all the rest of it? And then I have days in there where I'm like, I absolutely love this space, I love doing all this stuff. It releases so much of me creatively that I don't know where it'll go. I don't know where it'll go. I think the next year or so will be quite telling, especially now obviously we've got Hallie here, but and DJing's flying, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's
There's
coming back to what you said at the start, though, about like food and like
Yeah.
it being part of your childhood and your family. Almost that might keep it going in a way.
Yeah.
That passion, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still passionate and it's definitely not going anywhere anytime
Yeah.
soon, but it's food for thought, so to speak, at the minute.
Well done.
Yeah.
Very good. One thing that I'm obsessed with at the minute, I don't know if you follow the like Pinterest, you know, the Pinterest yearly thing that they do, and they do like a Pinterest presents,
Right.
and they always like talk about trends.
Yeah.
And food obviously is massive on Pinterest.
Yeah.
Their trend for 2026 is cabbage. So they think like cabbage is going to be massive.
Go crazy. Oh no, I
Go
did not know
crazy
this.
on the cabbage. So whether it's cabbage in fashion, cabbage in colour, cabbage in food, like cabbage, you know, like the whole lettuce wedge thing.
Yeah.
That was a thing. Cabbage.
2026. I do like cabbage.
I like cabbage,
Yeah.
but again, it's like, all right.
Yeah,
Cabbage
is going to go
I'll send
well.
you a
I
link.
mean, yeah, I need to know this. So
Yeah.
pass this information over.
I think it shocked me so much. Like I literally saw someone with a cabbage hat on a photo.
Do
And I was
you know what
like,
it is? It doesn't even surprise. It doesn't surprise us. It doesn't surprise us. It's
funny.
crazy.
I mean,
Cabbage.
it's such a good industry to be in, though. Like, I'm
Yeah.
a big foodie as well, so I just think it's such a good industry. So
No,
yeah.
it is. I know. I don't think I'll ever let it go, to be honest.
Yeah, it's too fun.
Yeah,
Food is fun
it is.
and create, like you say, like it's so creative as
I
well.
know.
Just I support you.
Yum.
Yeah. Anyway, alongside all of this,
Yeah.
you've also been a DJ for 14 years,
Yeah.
which blows my mind every time.
When we're actually talking about this, I think,
You do
Is
so
this me?
much. Honestly, exactly.
who's this crazy person?
Honestly, it's incredible though. This is why I love doing what I do, because I just think it's amazing. But yeah, you've also built a DJ career and a
Yeah.
very successful DJ career
Yeah.
alongside everything that you're doing. Talk us through the origin story, because I just love your origin story for this. So
Right. So I was at uni doing sports psychology.
we've gone right back.
Gone right back, yeah. Anyone who's listening to this or watching it is going to think, what is going on? Yeah, there's
I'm
like
having a great
patterns all over the place. So I was doing sports psychology at uni, absolutely loving it. Used to go out clubbing a lot. Had been going clubbing like under 18 events or under 16 events with my friends since I was younger, you know, like events with like scooter and stuff like that, and like little mini rave events. So I'd always absolutely loved music. When I was at uni, I was like seeing loads of DJs out and about, and I just loved the scene and really enjoyed going out. And I was like, there's no female DJs. Like that, there was a few. There was the odd, like, there was probably like 4 that I really knew of and followed. But there wasn't that many out there. And I was like, oh, I'd love to learn to DJ. Just a bit like a hobby. And I was doing my dissertation and I was in the library for about 24 hours. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to start looking for DJ lessons. Not that I wanted to do it as a career in the slightest.
Yeah.
It was more just to like, I need a bit of a break from this.
Yeah.
And that was kind of my goal. And then I went home from uni at Christmas and my mum and dad were like, absolutely no way on earth are you doing that. I remember where I was sat. I remember where they were sat. No way. It's like a scene with, you know, loads of dodgy people and dodgy things going on. And it's just not somewhere that you need to be spending your time. So obviously then I was like, well, I have to do this now. I have to like...
It's so funny that you like this, because I'm very similar.
Yeah.
Like, my parents go, no, don't be silly, Bethany, you can't do that. I'm like,
why not?
I'm going to do it.
Yeah, why not? And the funniest thing is they've made me that way.
Yeah.
Because my dad especially is very like that, you know. He has, like, he's just... And my mum's like a little bit more cautious, but yeah. So I was like, I have to do this. And they refused to buy me it as a Christmas present, basically. And so I was like, right. And I think it was like 240 quid or something. And I was like, well, I have to get this money. And for me as a student, that was a lot of money. So I was working like extra hours in the Echo Arena and hospitality. And I was like, right. And I got some tips from someone one day, so I put that away. And I remember building up this money and booked my trains, going to this place in London. Yeah. And I was like, right, I'm doing it. And then the guy cancelled on me and I was like...
Were you in London when it
cancelled?
cancelled?
No. So I didn't even get on the train or anything. And I was like, but I really want to do this. And I've said to everyone I'm going to do it. And I remember everyone taking the piss a bit. Like, you know, people from school and stuff, being like, what, you're going to be a DJ? Like, oh, you think you can be a DJ? And, you know, friendly banter, but also like a bit of, you know, having a bit of a dig. Oh, God, yeah. The fire was burning even more. Then I was like, I have to do this. And I probably never was like that at school. I was just kind of like that out of school, but I did really want to do it. So I was like, I'm going to do it anyway. So then didn't get to go to London. So I was like devastated. So then I started emailing places in Manchester. And then someone got back to me and said, yeah, I've got a lesson. So then I went for the lesson in Manchester. which was with my now husband Mark. So
Was it here?
No,
Oh,
up the road.
Mhm.
So we had another studio just literally up the road above Sankey's
yeah.
nightclub, and
What a great place for a studio.
I
as
know,
well.
yeah, lot of fun,
Yeah.
lot of fun had, and yeah. So if the London trip would have happened,
You wouldn't have met Mark.
wouldn't have met Mark, wouldn't be sat in here today.
How mad is that?
I know.
Do you think when you look back, are you like that was fake?
Yeah,
Do you believe in
100%.
stuff like that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't say I'm like everything I do. I believe in fate, but I actually do really believe it in terms of like the journey your life takes, and
Yeah.
which we'll probably get on, saying yes to things, and
Yeah.
you know, just moving with the flow of life, and
Mm.
yeah. So it's mad, but yeah, walked in, and I was like, around my friend when I left, and I was like, oh, he's quite fit. I was like, and then that was it.
Did
yeah.
you have multiple lessons with him then?
Yeah.
Did you actually need all the lessons?
Probably not. No, I did. I did need all the lessons. But he was oblivious, honestly. It wasn't until I stopped doing the lessons that we ended up having like a proper conversation.
Really?
And yeah. So
Oh, I love that.
yeah, mad.
So now, like now you're a resident DJ
Yeah.
for City and City Women's. You've done Champions. I'm going to get this wrong. What's it called?
No, Champions League.
Champions League
Yeah.
final. You've been to Istanbul.
Yeah.
You DJ for like massive events. Like, wow, one. But like, how has it got from like there being at that school to like where you are now?
Very much saying yes to everything. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, this is a huge thing for the whole journey, and I think sometimes it can be, you know,
Yeah.
again, like I said, a blessing and a curse, but like just saying yes to everything.
Mm.
I started off DJing in Piccolinos in Ilkley.
Mm.
I got a residency there very early. Didn't really know how. I knew how to DJ, but didn't really know my trade. I was like 20. Just went there, DJ for 5 hours on a Friday night, 5 hours on a Saturday night, and I knew then it was going to be something that I loved, because I was missing on nights out with my friends. I was missing out on, you know, really big moments of growing up to do a job, but
Yeah.
that was my thing. Was like I loved that job.
Yeah.
And then it was just kind of saying yes to loads of stuff. I did loads of nightclub gigs, because originally that's where I thought I would go into nightclubs and
Right.
and be like a touring DJ.
Mm.
And I did get asked to go to India on like a tour, so I did a tour of India, DJing
Wow,
as a
that's
clubby
amazing.
DJ, which was incredible. I think I was only about 23 at the time. Again, my mum and dad were like, "Is this a good idea?" And I
So
was
what
like,
was that? What did that look like in terms of tour in India? Like, were you just going to different like clubs? across
yeah,
it? Oh, wow.
different clubs,
Yeah.
very much as with some like bigger name DJs at the time, and kind of supporting them. Again, I didn't really know my trade as well as I know it now at the time, but I think doing that kind of tailored me off it. I did enjoy it when I was there, but I was like, this is actually a really lonely world.
Right.
Being on the move, and I enjoyed it, but I was a bit like, oh, it's not what I thought it was. I thought my friends would be with me. I thought I'd be doing this. I thought I'd be doing that.
Yeah.
How else can I do it, and how can it be a job?
Yeah.
And that's kind of, yeah, it just kind of kept saying yes to things, and ended up in some good spots.
Yeah, and that's what you say, like your kind of mantra for life is like saying yes and
Yep.
showing up. Where do you feel like that again has come from, like your childhood? Do you feel like you've developed that because you've seen what happens when you say yes?
Yeah. I think it's like, it's a bit addictive in a way, isn't it? It's kind of
Yeah.
like what might happen if I say yes, or pushing yourself out your comfort zone. It gets kind of like exciting. And you see opportunities start to arise from it. But I think one of the things my parents used to always say when I was younger, if you give 100% to something, then you can never do bad, you know, just keep trying and do your best. And I think that's just kind of what I've always tried to do, is just do my best, you know, try my best for a client or whatever, and see where that takes me. And that's kind of how it's worked, I suppose.
Yeah. So how did you get the job at City?
So I can't remember exactly how it happened, but it was either I covered for someone, or I know who it came through, and I've got him to thank forever for it, but I either covered for him, or he asked if I could go and do like a one-off shift or something in hospitality and DJing. That was kind of where my world was. I was DJing in a lot of bars and restaurants, and thoroughly enjoying kind of that, you know, hours of just playing music. And I just went in and did some hospitality work, DJing in the Tunnel Club, and I stayed doing that for a few years, and then got asked if I would DJ outside. And when the bus came in, I was like, oh my God, amazing. And that's when I started to really push for that love of like music with sport.
Yeah.
Because that is just, I mean, them two worlds colliding is something I never thought would happen. And that's been kind of the catalyst, I guess, for moving forward and playing some of the bigger shows.
Yeah, which is just
Yeah.
incredible. What was the moment when you were like, oh my God, like I can do, like this is a career for me?
I think when I started to see other people within the industry doing what I was thinking wasn't possible, you would
Right.
kind of see other people doing DJing, maybe it's Wembley or DJing. And I think sport in England then started to take on a lot more of like the American style, you know, hosting.
Yeah.
If you go to like a sport event.
bigger kind of
Yeah,
event.
like shows.
Yeah.
So when that happened, I was like, oh my God, this is a world that I could get into.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when I DJed at Wembley, I think that was kind of like the crazy moment where I was like, this is mental. Like, this is Wembley Stadium. This is,
Yeah.
like, how am I here? You know, yeah.
Was that, do you feel like that was like, that's been your like proudest moment so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think City tops anything because I've had so many incredible experiences with City and I love everyone I work with there and the men's and the women's games. I mean, I've just come away from doing a couple of Christmas parties because they have some incredible charities who they basically have within City. One's for like older fans who've maybe got dementia or different things. So we did like a Christmas party for them last week. And then one for kids with special needs, which was amazing. So there's just so many highlights within that club that I'm so incredibly grateful for. But Wembley also being one of them where you're like, and then going to Istanbul. I mean, I could ream off a million of things, but I just am so grateful for the opportunities that I've been given, and I still get so excited for it all.
Do you feel like being a woman in that space, you touched on it before, kind of like when you started, there wasn't as many women DJs.
Yeah.
Has that shifted and changed kind of throughout the 14 years that you've been doing this?
Definitely. I mean, there's so many incredible female DJs out there doing what we do. And I was working with a band this weekend. So I was DJing. There was a female saxophonist, a female drummer, female percussionist, and a female singer.
Cool.
And that wasn't a thing when I first started out. And incredibly talented women and really incredible women to work with.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely took a shift. In the sports world, it's absolutely amazing to be like a part of an industry now where women's sports also taken off.
Yeah, of course.
So I think there's a lot more out there for women now, isn't there?
Yeah, which is, you know, it's amazing to see. I still feel there's many more opportunities that could be given, but I think it's great again that you are kind of been part of like the way to pave the way for that for women.
Yeah. Now I've got a daughter, I just think, you know, it's been quite good to see how things have changed through my experience, but how things are going to be now for her.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And what a good role model you're going to be as well.
Oh God, do you think?
Oh, yeah, I do. Which takes us wonderfully onto, you are a mum now.
I am a mum.
Beautiful little Hallie.
Yeah.
How old is she now? 3 months?
4 months, yeah.
4 months old. How has that shifted, changed everything?
It's amazing. I mean, everyone says it's crazy when, you know, you have a child, like you can have these sleepless nights, which I think me and my husband are very well trained for with our jobs because he's a DJ as well.
Actually,
so it's never really bothered us, to be honest.
You're like, oh, we used to do this.
Yeah, like we'll stay up till midnight, whatever. And, you know, it's actually been quite easy and she's an easy baby, so we've been very lucky. But the chaos we're used to.
Yeah, that's been a bit, because that's what we talked about, didn't we? Like, everyone, I mean, I don't have a child, but everyone does talk about kind of the busyness and the chaos and you just never know what's coming. But you've kind of said that it's gone like the opposite for you. It kind of feels quiet.
100%. Honestly, it has reined us in. It's slowed us down. Even with work, like opportunities, thinking like, is this real? Like last year when I was pregnant, I was sometimes doing 3 gigs a day during like Christmas time because it was like, I say yes, I say yes, I say yes. Oh, I don't want to let this person down, don't want to let this person down. It's a great opportunity. Do we need the money? Like so many questions. Whereas now it's like, is that worth leaving Hallie for?
Yeah,
is
such a different mindset, isn't it?
And I never thought that I would be like that. Or you don't really know until you're in that situation, I suppose. But it's completely shifted. It's really slowed me especially down. And I actually really like it.
Do you feel like your priorities have like already changed?
Yeah, massively. And again, when I was pregnant, I was like, I won't change like this. Nothing's going to change. But it is massively shifted, and yeah, it's just it's a really good, in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things that you said you were worried about, I guess before having Hallie and before being even pregnant, was how that perception of you being pregnant and being a mum in the music DJ industry was gonna be.
Yeah.
Why do you think that was?
I don't know why I ever thought it now, knowing what I know, but I think I hadn't really seen many pregnant DJs out there. I think Annie Mac did a massive podcast about it that I listened to not long before I had Hallie, and Jada G's, like, she came out pregnant and stuff like that, and with a baby and stuff. So there was like a couple of people, but even they were kind of like paving the way, and it was very new. And I think when you're pregnant, you do feel a bit vulnerable.
Yeah.
You know, one, you still got to do your job. Are people gonna think different of me when I look a certain way? Because the industry can be very, you know, you got to look a certain way. You know, you dress a certain way. What am I going to look like with this big bump on the front of me, you know? And I was carrying quite heavy, so I was quite big. Am I still going to feel up for it?
Yeah, because like that's a thing in itself, isn't it? Like your energy levels, because you need a lot of energy to be a DJ.
And I was incredibly lucky. Wasn't sick, wasn't lacking in energy. You know, I felt probably better than I do now. Like I felt really, really good during pregnancy. So I was really worried about it. I did think that I would be overlooked for a lot of work. Or people, because I travel a lot for work, are people going to be worried if I'm traveling? Like, you know. So I was really nervous, but I actually found that it was the complete opposite. I've never felt so cared for and looked after, and people were really, really, really lovely.
Yeah, and it's nice to hear that, I think, as well, because, like you say, I think a lot of women, like even me, like I don't have children, but like that thought of like, how does life change? Like even when you're pregnant, never mind having the actual kid, like how does your life shift whilst you're going through that process? And it's scary. Yeah. But it's nice to hear that like people step up and people are caring and just want to support you.
Yeah. I'm kind of like now as well. Sometimes when I'm taking Kit into a venue, I'm like, oh God, when I was pregnant, everyone was helping me. And I'm like, does anyone want to give me a hand now?
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, hello.
yeah, excuse me. So funny, I had Hallie and I had ended up in an emergency C-section. Went back to work after a couple of weeks. But obviously you don't look pregnant then anymore. And I was like waddling around because I was obviously just been through major surgery.
I love that you went back to work after a couple of weeks.
I know,
definitely
shouldn't have gone back to it. Oh my God, I was DJing at the Women's World Cup rugby. So climbing up scaffolding, DJing at the top. Mark's like, why are you up there? Like, you know, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
But I was just so happy to be back. I was like buzzing. I was like, yay! But also, you know, I was also like, everyone's slow down walking. I can't keep up. Madness.
Bless you. I mean, again, the determination behind that. You're just like, yes, I'm doing it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
So how does it feel now? So 4 months, kind of, Hallie's 4 months old, and you are back in work. How are you finding that kind of balance?
I think the only struggle with the balance is because me and Mark, both self-employed, is like diary management, which we've always done very well separately, but trying to work that together is crazy.
Yeah, so true.
It's like who's having Hallie, who's got to be home at what time. Both sets of parents are incredible. Like we've had so much help with that. But being back at work is really good for me because I think it keeps your identity. You can but then I love my time at home, so it's nice to have both.
You say that about identity because I think that's a really key point, because that is sadly a thing that a lot of women say is like, I feel like I've lost my identity. Do you feel like actually having your work has really helped you to keep that?
I've never felt any different since having Hallie, really, which I think is, I'm very lucky because going back to work has given me kind of like a bit of a social life.
Yeah.
You know, kept some money coming in, which you need, obviously.
I guess it's familiar as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I think if I'd left it 6 months, 9 months, a year, I would worry that I would lose the skill, even though you wouldn't. I would worry that I would lose kind of being in touch with the music that's on the scene, how I feel about being in them situations. Would I get more nervous? I think I just had to throw myself straight back into it.
With the music on the scene, just curious. So do you feel like you're constantly like I don't know much about the music industry at all, but do you feel like you have to is that quite demanding in that role that you have to feel like you need to be constantly tapped in?
And again, within the industry, so if I am DJing, if I could do 4 different venues in a week,
Yeah.
So one
And
might be
different
Afro house
audiences as well, or
Yeah.
different like types of people, clients.
Yeah.
It's similar.
It's one's Afro house, one's could be a sporting event, so it could have to be like female led tracks that are on trend at the minute. Then one could be a Christmas party. So it's making sure that the gig is easy, but really it's like making sure that before that you've got the couple of weeks to prep and make sure each event is going to be suited to certain music. Is that up to date? Is there something new that's on trend on TikTok that needs to be out there?
That's fascinating. How do you do that? How do you keep up with those trends? Are you just like, that sounds really silly question, but like, you just having to listen to like certain channels? Like, do you have like specific places where you pull your music from?
There's a lot of different places where you can, go online and buy your music from, and they'll have charts and different things.
Yeah.
Spotify's great because that'll always update. TikTok's a huge thing now, which I sometimes get asked to play like TikTok style music. At the beginning, I was
As
like,
if that's a request. That's insane.
at the beginning, I was like, oh my God, I'm too old for this. Like, what is TikTok music? Like, I don't know what this is. But then going through TikTok and seeing what's trending on there. So it's like, again, another world of
completely different world.
Yeah.
That's so fascinating. Question. So we talked about the different worlds that you're in. Do you take learnings from like one role and apply it to the, so like I guess you could like for the in the music for like TikTok trends, you can then go, I know that music's a trend, I'm going to use that on a video. Like, do you feel like there is crossover?
Oh,
and
definitely.
Synergy there?
Yeah. I definitely think in all creative worlds there's a lot of crossover, especially now the online space is just huge, isn't it? So I think there's a lot of crossover there. Yeah.
What would your like advice then be to someone kind of when thinking about that, like as to how you can take things from different worlds and adapt?
Yeah, I think so. This is going way back, but when I was a PT, I got put on this NatWest did a program called eSparks. It was like basically for entrepreneurs and stuff. And one of their key things was like flow and like be very fluid within whatever industry. And I think that's like a huge thing for everyone who's like in the creative scene now, is because everything is just constantly moving. So
yeah,
I think it's just being like quite adaptable.
Yeah, and being open to change and adjust, and very fascinating.
Yeah.
So when you look through everything that you've done, you've done a lot. What keeps you going? What keeps you motivated?
Pay my mortgage.
Yeah.
Well, definitely pay my mortgage. No, that, I mean, you've got to bring money in the house and all the rest of it. But I think I just genuinely, hand on heart, love what I do. And I think if I didn't love it, I would stop doing it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. But just the love for it. I think being creative, having that outlet, going to work and enjoying it. Like, I can work so much in a week and there's not a minute where I'm like, can't be arsed today.
Yeah.
I am actually like, right, getting up, this is what I'm doing today. Have I got this ready? The only thing I ever get stressed about is outfit. Yeah, because I hate outfit shopping, which girly girl style, I'm just not there.
Yeah.
So if I won the lottery, I would have personal stylists and just get them to buy all my outfits. But yeah, I think that's what, wouldn't it? That would be the ideal. But I think that's the main thing is just that I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have like any like structure? Do you like? And your face?
No.
No. Like, do you like put out your day? Or are you just like, I'm gonna do? Do you know what I mean? Like, how do you keep yourself organized? How do you make sure that you're not missing a beat?
I suppose I probably answered that too quickly, but I'm a very structured person living in a chaotic world.
Like, no.
I was like, absolutely not. It's chaos. But yeah, a structured person living in a chaotic world. My diary is like color coded, so like got Fifth Food color code, my DJ color code, my gym color code, in terms of like making sure I get the gym training, where's that set, and everything's kind of in sections each day. And before Hallie came, it would just be mad, and if something didn't get done, it would just get moved to the next day, whereas now it's very much what is actually achievable in this day.
Yeah.
And then it stays that way, and since I've had her, it's actually a lot easier.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so much.
Do you feel like that gives you more structure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she gives us so much structure, and it actually, you have to think realistically what you're going to get done in a day, because if not, it just won't get done. Whereas before I would stay up till midnight and get it done, whereas like
you can't do that. You need your energy. You need to be able to, like, it's all like, Hallie's priority one now.
Yeah.
And it's that just immediately impacts everything else, because you have to have your energy. You need to make sure you focus on it. Yeah. So with keeping all that going, how do you yourself look after yourself? How do you keep grounded? How do you support you? Because you have to do that.
Yeah, you do have to do it. And I think that's the one thing I'm not quite there yet with.
Yeah.
I think I always kind of put myself at the bottom of the pile. And I think that's because I do feel grateful to do the job that I do. And, but I think the gym's the one thing that keeps me steady is like training, having that time for myself, which actually that is the hard thing at the minute. Since we've had Hallie, is like making sure that I've got them little pockets of space. But even just like a long walk or exercise is like the thing that keeps me head on.
Do you try and do that every day if you can?
I definitely get out the house at least for a long walk every day.
Yeah.
Train probably 3-4 times a week. But yeah, that is my go-to.
Yeah. And with one of the questions that I really wanted to ask you that just reminded myself, with kind of self-employed life, what's like one thing that you wish people really understood about self-employment, or that you'd give in terms of like advice to someone that's maybe looking to be like self-employed or go down that avenue?
I think that it is a lot harder than it looks. I think that is like the key thing. And I kind of think that's what my dad was kind of saying to me when I started out, was like, you know, there's a lot of benefits, but it's actually a lot of graft.
Yeah.
You see what you see on the surface, and then there's a shitload underneath that actually needs to be done. Like if I go to a DJ gig, that's the easy bit. There's admin, there's invoicing, there's tunes to download, there's you know, there's a million things. We'll work a lot more hours than necessarily get paid for. But I'd also say it's the best thing that you can do. It's the most fun thing you can do. And if you want to do it, just go for it. Give it a go.
Life's too short not to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's such a good point. Like the time that goes into your DJ sets or you creating a piece of content, you know, I feel like
that's so true.
Touched on this before, was like the amount of time that it actually takes to create one piece of content. It looks beautiful and wonderful on TikTok or Instagram, but it takes so much time.
Yeah, and that's the thing with like any business now is like promoting yourself, whether that's on LinkedIn or social media. You can spend like a full day each week doing that, and it's not paid work, but it pays in the long run. So I think it's just having that open mind of like, you know, it's not all easy, but if you graft it is worth it.
Yeah, definitely. Nice.
And things can take a long time, so you just got to keep going. Yeah.
I think, and it's the passion piece, isn't it? If you love it, then it's worth it.
Yeah.
Because the outcome, it'll come.
It'll come, yeah.
Yeah. Having gone through your like stories today and thinking about, you know, anyone sat at home, what would you want someone to take away from like your story?
Oh God, don't be as crazy. Don't do too many things. I think just go for it.
Yeah.
I think that would be my main thing. Just keep saying yes to things. I mean, that is just how I think I am where I am, but just keep saying yes and just do it.
Give it a go.
Give it a go, yeah. As long as you got like, you know, maybe don't just leave your job and go and do something crazy, but just try it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the worst that could happen?
Exactly.
Even if you do something like small, just like give it a go.
Just try it.
Nice. Right, quick fire time.
Oh God.
My favourite time. And it's nearly Christmas.
It is.
So we have got a Christmas question. And you know, we've got a bit of sparkle today.
Yeah.
Right, quick fire. Number 1. What is a song that never fails to lift a room?
Do you know, I thought of a song this morning and now I can't remember what I was going to say. It depends on the venue, but something like ABBA Gimme Gimme would be like, you know, like,
I love that, yeah.
I mean, you're targeting like a broad audience. Or
Gimme 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 is such a good one.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of that because I played it at a Christmas party the other night and that just went off.
Yeah.
Love that. Let's go with that.
What's your favourite Christmas song?
Oh, the Pogues is so good, isn't it? Like, you just like, you got to go wild, haven't you? But I'm a sucker for like Last Christmas.
Nice.
Like, yeah. I love all the Christmas songs. It just reminds me of being a kid and like getting up in the morning,
How are you feeling about being a mum for the first time?
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah,
it's going to be so magical.
I know, it's going to be mad. Yeah.
Have you utterly spoiled her?
I haven't got anything yet. I've got no one any Christmas presents yet. I'm so behind.
You've not got long now.
No, I know.
Exciting.
I'll do it next week.
Yeah. My favourite Christmas song is a really depressing one. You know, Please Come Home for Christmas by the Eagles. I love that song.
That's lovely.
It is a lovely song.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I actually do know why. It's because there's a film that's got John Travolta in it,
Yeah.
and the baby and the dog. I forgot what it's called.
Oh,
The
I don't
film.
know.
Anyway, we digress. But that's my favorite.
I love Christmas films as well. That is another
Watched
conversation.
It's a Wonderful Life last week. It's such
That's
a
my
good
mum's
film.
favourite.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I wrote an article about it because I just like love it so much. I'll send it you. Anyway, what's your favourite go-to comfort meal?
I do love pizza. Pizza's a thing, but a good Sunday roast.
Oh yeah,
A good Sunday roast. I think it's because I'm Sunday I'm thinking about it, but a good like dinner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cauliflower cheese. It's the one. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
I'm very much a morning person.
Are you?
Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Yeah, everyone always thinks that I'll be a night owl, but I
Yeah.
think this is why I got into doing daytime gigs, because honestly I'm midnight I'm gone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Daytime gigs is the one.
Yeah.
What's your dream venue to DJ at?
Oh, see, Ibiza. I've never played in Ibiza other than at our wedding.
Yeah.
Which obviously is the best day of our life, so that's fine. But if I could do something like a sunset at Cafe Mambo's, I think I'd just be like, yeah, that would be game over. I would just be so happy.
Amazing. I will keep on my fingers.
Yes.
I'm sure it'll happen.
Yeah.
No doubt. If you could have a coffee with anyone living or gone, who would it be?
So I would love to, I think my grandparents.
Oh,
I think I'd love them to see where things are now. Talk about Hallie and things like that. I think that would be good. But also, if I could go for a drink with someone, it'd probably be George Michael.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be a great person to go. Yeah.
There's so many, isn't there?
Yeah, I always think Freddie Mercury. I'd love to have a chat with Freddie Mercury. Just talk about Bohemian Rhapsody for hours.
I mean, we had a wedding party at Pikes and it just lives and breathes them too, doesn't it? So it's just like...
Oh my God, amazing.
Yeah.
Your wedding looked epic, I have to say.
God, yeah. I had a hangover from food.
I bet you did. And lastly, finish this sentence. Right now, I'm not there yet, but I'm working on.
Looking after myself more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Slowing down a little bit. Yeah. I think that's it.
Nice. Amazing. Thank you so
much.
Oh,
thank you. Yay. I've enjoyed that. It was great.
That was so
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Sorry, I wheeled off the camera.
I saw it happening as well, and I was like, oh. Thank you for listening to this episode of Notes from the Not There Yet podcast. If you like this episode, please give us a follow or a subscribe. It means the world. You can also check out the website notthereyetproject.co.uk or follow us on all your major channels at Not There Yet Project. All right, we'll see you soon.